And it's funny because I didn't know that I was gonna kind of use this as like a full reveal moment. I thought I had planned to just walk up there, like walk down the complete runway and maybe flash the pants a little bit. Came up with the whole I love you thing like at the last minute. A lot of people thought that I put it on in the runway, that I put those letters on in the workroom. I did not. It was a big budget jump from everything. It probably costed me about a good $7,000 for this altogether.
Now we're gonna move on to runways. This is my favorite part. Tell us about the creation of the garment and everyone who had a hand in bringing it to life. And most importantly, the cost involved in getting everything ready.
First up, your season 14 promo look.
So this look was literally us not knowing exactly what to do. Like, you know, you want your promo look to be sickening. So I just knew I wanted to be in a gown. Like I feel like it's important for you to look like you in your promo and your style. So I was like, I want to do a gown. And he honestly came up with everything with the fish fins, as people call it. Like he drew it out. And they weren't supposed to look like fish fins, but I was kind of happy that they did, like afterwards. So, but I was really pleased, like the way it came out. Like I love my promo.
And how much did it cost?
It costed about, I'll say after like materials and like I said, it's my best friend. So, you know, I throw him a little change and he was fine at the time. So it probably costed about maybe altogether, maybe like $600-700, like after like stones and embellishments and all that.
And next up, your reveal look.
So my reveal look it literally like was us winging it. He made this on the day before I left. No, actually it was the day that I left. So this was just all like, you know, kind of put together. Like we had the black material and we had the camouflage, and we was like, you know what? Let's put it together. I want some big shoulders. You know, I had the mohawk already. I was like, okay, and I was very pleased with how it worked out. It still kind of fit the theme in a way, so I was like, it's fine. It's fine. It'll work.
How much did it cost?
Oh, how much did it cost? Oh, honey, that probably costed about maybe like less than $200.
Next up, your entrance look.
Okay, so this look is literally one of my favorite things that I've worn. I just knew that I wanted to look like the Southern Belle because I knew I wanted that to be my thing. And I love like polka dots and bows and ruffles and stuff like that. So this, especially complete with the umbrella, was like speaking to me because I was like, I feel like a Southern Belle in this, and that's what I wanted like to go for. And it's literally one of my favorite things that I wore on the show.
And how much did it cost?
And it probably costed this probably costed maybe like $200-300 too.
Next up, your sickening signature drag look.
So this look literally is what I feel like Angeria is, like in like completely all around. Like Angeria's pageant, she's glamour, she's regal, she's all these things. And this was the highest point of what I felt like I was. And coming like in like signature drag, this is their first time looking at me. This is their first impression of Angeria. I'm gonna give you complete me at my highest level. And that's what I gave. That's what I felt like I was giving. Like, yeah. It was a dress that I had and worn on the show, like, you know, just to perform. And I was like, this is my favorite thing in my closet right now. So I'm giving them all of this.
And how much did it cost?
And it costed that one probably costed about maybe like $500, something like that, yeah.
Next up, your red hot resort look.
Okay, so this, I knew I wanted to do a baby doll dress. I heard resort and I was like, I want to do a baby doll dress. We kind of like searched around like for references and we found this and I loved it because it was so frilly, it was so fat, it was so bouncy, it was so fun. Like when I remember being on the runway with it And every time I would twirl, it just would like completely like fluff up and go out. I felt so like this was probably to me one of the most fun runways to walk down in. Like I was just skipping and hopping and bouncing and smiling and stuff.
And how much did it cost?
And it costed about maybe like this wasn't too much. It probably costed about maybe like $200-$300.
Next up, your evening wear, why it gotta be white look.
Yes, so this look, it started off with the pantsuit, and then we moved on to the jacket, and by the time we moved on to the jacket, I was like, oh my God, like this is a full look. And it's funny because I didn't know that I was gonna kind of use this as like a full reveal moment. I thought I had planned to just walk up there, like walk down the complete runway and maybe flash the pants a little bit. But, you know, it worked out with me being like, oh, you thought it was a jumpsuit. So this, like I said, just like most of my runways, was made by my best friend, Anthony. And it costed about maybe like $500.
Next up, your red, white, and blue bridal couture look.
Well, of course, this one was self-made by me, and you know, I knew that doing this, I was like, oh, cool, it's bridal, it's wedding. I literally remember having one idea. I worked on it for about 3 or 4 hours, and then I stopped and I scrapped the whole idea and ended up just doing what I already knew how to do, which was make this silhouette and these, you know, little chiffon sleeves. I had done both of those things before, so I threw it all together and it came out sickening.
That's what happened to me too, but we ended up with a prolapse dress. Next up, your Night of 1,000 J-Lo's look.
This look was made by my friend, Brandon McDaniel, one of the only ones not made by Anthony. And I picked it because it was, you know, a beautiful French gown, and it's always been one of my favorite looks of hers. So I felt like it was very Angeria, so that's why I chose it.
And how much did it cost?
And it costed about maybe like, I think like $700.
Now your spring has sprung look.
This was inspired by Cardi B. She has it in lavender, and when I heard spring, I was like, I want to do a look kind of like this. And I literally got every flower from the craft store that I could find. My best friend made it, and it costed, because of all the flowers and I had to keep going back to get more, it cost about maybe like $700 or $800.
Next up, your Glamazon Primetime look.
Yeah, so this one, once again, made by me. And this was made out of, the dress part was made out of black curtains, non-stretch. And the fan pieces, I made those out of like one panel of track lines. And like, I felt so classy, like wearing this, but I was just proud of myself because I don't normally make things that don't stretch. So I was just proud, you know.
And now your chaps on the runway look.
Yeah, so this one, once again, made by Anthony and actually me, because I did like the chaps part, he did the leotard part. But I just wanted to, you know, kind of like go for like a sheer, like, you know, kind of like disco kind of vibe, you know, with this one. I thought of chaps and I was like, oh, let me do something kind of like 70s or like something like that. And he came up with the shoulders. So, and it, like I said, this one was a little cheaper. It costed like maybe like less than like $200, especially because we worked on it together.
And now your hard-on look.
Yeah, so for this look, this one actually came completely like out of his, you know, book of references that he had. And I was like, perfect. You know, we came up with the whole I love you thing like at the last minute. A lot of people thought that I put it on in the runway, that I put those letters on in the workroom. I did not. I left home with those already on it. They're actually sewed on and I stoned them. So I was still very proud of this look. It costed about, it had ostrich feathers, you know, those aren't cheap. So it costed about maybe $800.
Next up, your shoulder pads look.
So for this one, I was honestly trying to go for something a little more different. Like this is honestly a look that I would not like normally wear, like in my everyday gig. And yeah, I felt so like fun and like creative in it. Like I love houndstooth. I like the mix of the patterns. Anthony made it, and this one definitely costed like around like maybe like $200 or $300.
And now your holy couture look.
Okay, so out of all of them, this one probably meant the most to me because this is literally like Black Southern, like Baptist, like what I grew up with, like the ladies in the church, like going to church with my mom, and these was the ladies I would see. So, you know, when me and Anthony like did this look, I was like, oh, this is gonna be like so like kind of camp in a way, but it still like means something to me. And it costed about, because that was a very expensive beaded lace fabric, so it costed about maybe like $600 or $700, something like that.
Your mirror look.
So this one, another one of my favorites. I love this look so much. When like Anthony made it, like we made the dress first, and he literally made the headpiece like the day that I left. And it was like that extra little thing that made it just be like, oh my God. And then everybody always points out that it looks like the shape of Africa, which was not planned, but I will go with it. And it costed about maybe like $500.
Your Ross Matthews roast look.
Okay, so this is a dress that I actually made like myself. And yeah, I just knew that I wanted to look real cute and stuff. It costed, like I said, I made it myself, so I only had to pay for material, and all of that costed about maybe like $150, something like that. So
Your too much look.
so this one, I knew that in my mind, I was like, I want to do something like a little more different. So I was like, how about like a gown of like tutus? And regardless of how like other people felt about it, I really liked it a lot. I probably felt like the most beautiful in the competition, like during this particular runway. Anthony made it, and it costed about maybe like $600, like to do the whole thing out the materials.
You're a winner, baby look.
So this is actually one of the looks I already had. It was from my audition tape. Anthony made it like for my audition tape, and I performed in it once. And actually this was supposed to be for my makeovers, but we ended up scrapping the makeover challenge because I had another dress that matched this one. And I was like, you know what? I'll just take the ruffle off of the other one and put it onto this one, and it's gonna be my, you know, winner baby look. And I was fine with it. It came out great.
And how much did it cost?
And it costed about, that one costed about maybe like $500.
Your reunion look.
My reunion look, so right off the bat, this one, I can tell you that this one costed about maybe, this one definitely costed about like close to $1,000 just because of all of the stonework in the dress and the foxtails themselves, which was a lot. Like the foxtails was probably like maybe $700 like on its own. So yeah, it was, but I felt so beautiful in this. It was sick, man. And the hair was like my favorite.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Your Viva Drag Vegas look.
Yeah, so this is literally the biggest, heaviest costume I've ever worn in my life. This costed every bit of maybe, it was a big budget jump from everything. It probably costed me about a good $7,000 for this altogether. Cause the back piece itself was like $5,000 alone. So the rest of the dress and materials was like $2,000.
And finally, your Showgirl Showdown look.
Yes, so this is actually the look that got lost with the suitcase on the day of, and then I cried for hours because I didn't have it. And then I found it, but me and Anthony, you know, like I said, he kind of came up with the paint dripping and all of that. And yeah, it costed about maybe $800. The boa was most of it. That is a very lavish yet expensive boa.
Well, thank you so much, Angeria. It was lovely talking to you today. But before you leave, I have one more question for you. Would you ever do drag race again? Why or why not?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I felt like I had so much, like, I was so proud of myself after it, but I felt like I still had some growing to do, and I've done that. I feel so much more comfortable, and then altogether, I just had a lot of fun, like, being at Drag Race, and I want to go experience that, like, again. Like, it was like going to summer camp, and I want to go back to camp.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Angeria.
Thank you.
Love you.
I love you too.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date with our weekly content. And don't forget to hit the like button and leave us a comment below to let us know who you want to see next. And if you want early or exclusive content, make sure to support us here. Now click here to see the next part of our interview.